everyone, how are you my dear children? Hope you all are safe and fine. Today we are going to discuss about dielectric constant and dielectric constant, or you can say relative permittivity. We have already discussed about permittivity in my second video lecture while discussing the Coulomb's law. Okay, what is that Coulomb's law? What we have studied? When 2 point charges, suppose Q1 and Q2, are placed r distance apart, then the electrostatic force between these two charges, when these two charges are kept in a medium, then the electrostatic force between the charges will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 by r square. This is when it is in medium. Okay, and when these two charges, same r distance apart, will place it in a vacuum, then what is the charge developed between the charges? This is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by r square. This is in vacuum. This thing we have discussed in our Coulomb's law video. This is as per the Coulomb's law. What is this epsilon? Epsilon is the permittivity of the medium, and epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space, or you can say vacuum. Okay, of free space or vacuum. Okay, and in details I have discussed about this permittivity. Okay, what is this permittivity? What is this permittivity? Let me tell you again. This is the permittivity is the opposition offered by the medium against the formation of electric field lines. Okay, and this permittivity is having fixed value for a particular medium, is having a fixed value for a particular medium. Okay, and what more we have discussed? We have also discussed, as you can see, F force in the medium is inversely related to this permittivity, or F naught is inversely related to 1 by epsilon naught. Okay, that means, and what other things also we have discussed? Let me remind you, this epsilon is greater than epsilon naught, and F in the medium is less than F in the vacuum. That means force on any medium is less than the force in vacuum. Which force? The force between the two charges. Okay, so force is maximum when two charges are in vacuum. Understood? So force is maximum when two charges are in vacuum. Okay children, and let me discuss some values, because this permittivity value is fixed for a particular medium. So we know, let me tell you the values. See, this permittivity of free space or in vacuum, what is the value? 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 Coulomb square Newton meter. Even permittivity of water is nearly equal to 7.12 into 10 to the power minus 10 Coulomb square Newton meter square. Newton meter square. You can see from this value, see 10 to the minus 12 and 10 to the minus 10. So that means permittivity is more in what? More in medium. Okay, that means resistance is more to form the field lines between the charges. Okay, see for everything, like permittivity of glass will be different, permittivity of suppose kerosene will be different. So for every material, for every medium, permittive value will be different. So what we'll do, we want to make our work little bit easier. So to make it easy, we'll find out the permittivity of the medium. How to find out the permittivity of any medium? Okay, we have to just remember this value, permittivity of the vacuum. So how to find out permittivity of any medium? So we'll use the relative permittivity. What does it mean? Relative. Relative means we are comparing. So to what we'll compare? We'll compare to the permittivity of air or vacuum. Permittivity of vacuum is also one, and the permittivity of air or vacuum is nearly equal to like constant value. So we'll now compare to the permittivity of air or vacuum, or you can say free space. So how to do it? Just now we have devised the formula for the force in the medium and force in vacuum between the two charges. We'll use those two formulas to find out the relative permittivity. So what is? Now let us find out what is relative permittivity. See, F naught is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square, and force in medium is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 by R square. So we'll just divide these two equations. So divide these two equations, what we'll get? We'll take the ratio. Okay, our aim is to get the relative term. Okay, now 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square divided by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, not epsilon naught here. So this is epsilon only. Okay, this is medium, epsilon Q1 Q2 by R square. As you can see, these two quantities we can cancel it out. So what we are getting? We are getting 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 4 pi epsilon by 1. So finally what we are getting? 4 pi 1 1. So epsilon by epsilon naught. So that means this is your nothing but relative permittivity. Okay, so what is this? Epsilon R. Relative permittivity is epsilon, that is permittivity of medium divided by permittivity of free space. This is your relative permittivity. Relative permittivity. Understood? Okay, so from this relation what we can find out? Epsilon is equal to epsilon R, then epsilon this. This is also another relation. See, this relative permittivity is also your dielectric constant. It is same. Dielectric constant denoted by this K. K is actually kappa. Okay, so what is this? This is the ratio of the permittivity of medium to permittivity of free space. So from this relation, see what other relations we are getting now. So this is one formula, this is another formula. Look at another one. Now epsilon r is also, you can see from this relation, F naught by Fm. Okay, that means Fm is equal to F naught by epsilon r. So please remember these four relations. From these four relations we can get so many information. So see this relation, permittivity of any medium. What does it mean? Permittivity of any medium. That means how many times it is the permittivity of air. This is your relative permittivity, na? Okay. See children, relative permittivity, it is the ratio you are comparing. Relative means you are comparing with something. So I'll try to make you understand why this term comes here, relative permittivity. So let me, I think if people have noted it down, please note it down or take a screenshot. I am clearing this board right now. Okay. See children, suppose I'll tell Rita got 95 marks out of 100 and Rohan got 75 marks out of 100. So we can easily say कि Rita is having good marks, comparatively good marks than your Rohan. So how we are comparing, how we are getting? See the denominator. Here it is 100, here also 100. So out of 100, Rita is getting 95 and out of 100, Rohan is getting 75. That means to compare the things, we are taking the ratio but the denominator is same. Similarly here, relative permittivity is epsilon by epsilon naught. Okay. So suppose water, suppose glass, suppose oil. So we can now compare from these values, from this value. See epsilon naught, suppose epsilon of water, relative permittivity okay, of one medium, suppose for water, then for oil, then, or you can say this is K. So K for water will be different, K for honey will be different, then K for your glass will be different. So all these values are different. Now we can easily compare ki which one having more permittivity. Okay, from these values, because we are taking the ratio and for everything, for this is a water, permittivity of water by vacuum. This is permittivity of honey by vacuum. This is the permittivity of glass, then by vacuum. Understood? So now it is easy to compare. Okay, that's why this term relative permittivity. Clear children? Do you know what is the kappa or the relative permittivity of vacuum? So epsilon r, okay, for vacuum is 1. Epsilon r, this is for vacuum. Okay, and or you can say K value. What is the K value of air? It is 1.0006. You can say nearly equal to 1. That's why you are taking either free space or vacuum or air. And what is K for water? K means epsilon r I am talking about. Is 80. In some books it is 81 also. What is for metal? Relative permittivity of metal, that is infinity. Interesting. Relative permittivity of metal is infinity. What does it mean? Again I am reminding you, what is permittivity? Permittivity is nothing but It is the another way to look at it. It is the ability of a medium to oppose the formation of electric field inside it. Okay, inside it. In metals, electric field does not exist. In metal, electric field does not exist. So what does it mean? Because exists inside the conductor. You are going to study in details also about this also. Okay. So relative permittivity of metal is infinity. This means permittivity of metal is infinitely permittive. Let me write over here. Permittivity of metal is infinitely larger than the permittivity of free space. Permittivity of free space. Please remember this. The significance, mathematically we can do everything, but we have to understand what is the physical significance of everything. Then only you can solve the numericals. It will be much more easier. Then you can go for the conceptual questions in entrance. Okay children, let me make it more simple. We'll take another 1-2 examples to understand this thing. What does it mean? The permittivity of metal is infinitely larger than the permittivity of free space. So what does it mean? Let me clear this board. I think if people have noted it down. Okay. So see children, suppose relative permittivity of water is 80 suppose. Okay, 80 or 81. So what we can write? The permittivity of water divided by permittivity of free space or air or vacuum, whatever you can write, that is air. That means permittivity of water divided by permittivity of this is equal to 80. This thing now we can understand. See, what is this now? From this relation, what we are getting? Permittivity of water is now 80 times of permittivity of this. Please remember this. What does it mean? That means how many times the permittivity of medium is greater than permittivity of air is relative permittivity. That is only your relative permittivity. Okay children. So this means permittivity of water is 80 times of permittivity of air, or you can say vacuum. What other relation we'll get now? See, this also we have seen now. F naught, force in vacuum between two charges. Now force in water is equal to 80. This is also epsilon r. We have already discussed. So what does it mean? Force in water is equal to force in vacuum by 80. See another interesting relationship. So what does it mean again? That means force between two charges in water is 80 times less divided by 80. Okay, 80 times less than the force between charges in vacuum or air. Clear, children? I think it is clear. So one more little example we can take. Let me clear the board again. Okay, so that we can conclude the video. Suppose epsilon R, that is relative permittivity of any liquid. Just we are taking an example, nothing specific, is 9. So what does it mean? Permittivity of the liquid divided by permittivity of free space is equal to 9. So that means permittivity of liquid. See, for any medium we can find out the permittivity, that is 9 times of epsilon naught. And what is the epsilon value? Epsilon naught value, that is 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 Coulomb square Newton meter square. Easy? If you know this value, you know the permittivity, relative permittivity value, you can find out the permittivity of any medium. Okay, or here also, what is the force between two charges if we keep it in this liquid? So that is F liquid will be how much? Force developed between the two charges in vacuum divided by 9. It is all same. Is it clear, children? Hope it is clear. If any doubt, please write it in a comment section box so that immediately again I can address this doubt. Okay? Okay, children. Thank you for watching. Hope you have understood this video lecture, and take care, children. Thank you for watching.